Valor Fights 23. We're at the Smoky Mountain Convention Center in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. You can find Valor Fights online at valorfights.com, on Twitter at Valor Fights, VALOR Fights. And take it back to the cage for our first fighter introduction. Here is Cody Gwynn.
All right, Pigeon Forge, are you ready for your next fight? All right. Well, we're going to do a professional catch weight of 180 pounds, brought to you by Hogs Upstairs Tavern. Please welcome to the cage at this time, fighting out of the red corner, Menden McKeehan.
Menden McKeehan out of the red corner, brought to you by Hogs Upstairs Tavern. For our second bout, also brought to you by Hogs Upstairs Tavern. Menden McKeehan out of Team Early Bird in Knoxville, Tennessee. 2-2 professional record. He has lost his last two and did have a win over Andrew Earlis in his pro debut via submission, armbar submission. McKeehan was 2-0 as a pro. Adam, what do you think of two amateur bouts? And that's a quick move up to pro, and now at 2-2 in his career.
But you never know if that sheet right there you're looking at is correct too. You never know how many unsanctioned fights the guy's had or how long ago it was back. But I mean, just looking at his record, that is a very, very quick turnaround. You've seen guys that he may have a crazy boxing pedigree where he didn't have to, or maybe a crazy jiu-jitsu pedigree that he didn't have to do as many amateur fights to turn pro. So
he's 30 years old, did have a long layoff as he joined the military, and you love Menden for that, to be able to serve our country and be unselfish to do that.
Well, Menden, you're going to look at that record and look back. Those are all heavyweight fights. This guy was fighting monsters, big, huge guys. Now he's leaned up. He's in the appropriate weight class for his frame, and now we're going to see the new and improved Menden McKeehan and see how he performs against Allan Stewart.
McKeehan has fought Jeremiah Riggs, John Hoffman, Ethan Garrison, and Andrew Earlis in his pro bouts. Also in the amateur, Chad Dillon and Jason Brayton. Back to the cage, Cody Gwynn. Actually, wait, is there still going through the final touch-ups? Menden McKeehan. McKeehan trains with Shane Hill, and McKeehan looking to go over 500 in his pro career. And his opponent, Cody Gwynn's going to introduce him right now.
Now, please welcome his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, Allan Stewart.
Allan Stewart heads to the cage. He is one of three straight fighters we're going to see from the very good, tough, smart camp at KMAA in Knoxville. Allan Stewart at 2-0. What do you think about him, Case?
Allan Stewart's an amazing fighter. Of course, he competed against Steve Thomas, a guy that I know very well recently, gaining the submission win. He is very composed. He fights very hard and diligently, similar to his teammate Justin Fisher we're going to see in the main event tonight. So, this is a guy that brings everything to the table.
Yeah, I agree. And Menden is another tough fighter, and 2-0. 2-2, another very well matchup right here in this division. And this whole night of fights is just stacked with great fights. And these two, I'm going to look for Menden to try to get Allan's face.
Allan Stewart at 2-0 wins as a professional over Josh Brown and Steve Thomas. Both of them via rear naked choke submission. And then as a amateur, Allan Stewart undefeated, 5-1 as an amateur. Allan Stewart, his lone loss was to Keedron Brewster, but also defeated Robert Smith, Robbie Long, Todd Steele, Sean Smith, and Scott Beck in his amateur career. And out of that KMMA camp, Ovin St. Peru in the house. And certainly those guys are very, very confident.
Well, we spent a great afternoon over at Hogs Upstairs with Ovin St. Peru. He was there signing autographs, taking pictures, as was primetime Adam Townsend.
Right.
What a gentleman that is, and what an athlete. And that guy is there helping craft this new generation of athlete as well over at KMAA.
Yeah, and looking forward to seeing Ovin's OSP as he'll be headlining the return to UFC back in Nashville. That's awesome.
Nobody deserves it more than OSP, man. That guy is a gentleman, and he has worked so hard to get where he's at.
Yeah, it's a great camp, and we'll see fighters from the KMAA camp the next 3 bouts, including this second bout brought to you by Hogs Upstairs Tavern. Now for our official fighter introductions, back to the cage, and our cage announcer, Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight will be at a catch weight of 180 pounds, brought to you by Hogs Upstairs Tavern. And when the action begins, your referee in charge of this bout will be Jimmy Neely. Introducing first, fighting out of the Hogs red corner. He enters the cage tonight with a professional record of 2 wins with 2 defeats. He would in 180 pounds, but again a team early bird in Knoxville, Tennessee, Menden McKeehan. Standing across the cage tonight, fighting out of the OEB blue corner. He enters with an undefeated professional record of 2 wins with no defeats. He would in 181 pounds, but again a KMAA in Knoxville, Tennessee, Allan Stewart.
Jimmy Neely, our referee, in Menden McKeehan in the black trunks, Allan Stewart in the red trunks. Fighter instructions here in our second bout of the night here at Valor Fights 23 at the Smoky Mountain Convention Center in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Vince Ferrara, Adam Primetime Townsend, and Casey Oxendine on the call here tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. It'll be hard to live up to our first bout, but let's give it a shot, and we are underway.
Allan throwing some pretty wild punches and jabs there to begin with. There's his chin in there. You better keep that chin down. These guys look a lot alike. I'm glad they're wearing such different colored trunks. It makes it a lot easier for us.
I was going to say either red or black or Baldy versus Mohawk.
Yeah.
The red trunks is Stewart, McKeehan in the black.
McKeehan.
Ooh. Big shot there by McKeehan.
Good uppercut from Allan.
Yeah, and answered by Allan Stewart.
Another thing, like Casey was saying too, with McKeehan, is Allan is also used to be heavyweight and fought very, very heavy, as well as walked around very heavy.
Stewart at 29 years old, McKeehan at 30. Very similar there, similar in height as well.
Yep. They've calmed down a little bit already. It's
Yeah,
kind of settled in.
again, I've been very anxious to see Menden because, again, I saw him, several years ago in a completely different frame, and now we're seeing this newly refashioned competitor. So, and he looks to be solid out of the gate.
Stewart a little combination, then backed out. McKeehan returned.
Yeah, Allan keeps faking with those kicks. He needs to throw them just like he just done there. You see, I mean, that guy's not done anything as far as the check or to back away from it. So Allan needs to quit faking with the kicks and whip them in there.
It doesn't seem to be a lot of ring rust on the part of Menden McKeehan. The one thing I'm anxious to see is when it does go to the ground, how he deals with that, because we know that Allan Stewart has plenty of grappling skill.
And an uppercut is one of the most devastating punches that you can throw.
Woo!
But at the same time, it sometimes leaves you open, like Allan got left open out there and got cracked with a straight right hand.
And boy, he got right out of the way of that overhand right, too. Barely.
All of our expert predictions went with Stewart in this bout. Some even in the first round by submission.
Ooh,
nice
body
shot
kick.
there.
With the foot, it didn't land with the shin like it should, but very, very nice kick.
And no pun intended, but that was a gut check there for Menden to see if he can handle it. He looks to be very refined to have been on a layoff for as long as he has.
This is what the fans come here right here, for two dudes to stand directly in the center of that Valor Fights logo and let the punches wing. That's what I like to see myself. Oh, Stewart.
Yeah, beautiful shot off the lead there.
Stewart's got to keep that chin down. He's leaning back and throwing them punches out there. He's got long arms, but he's still got to keep that chin down.
And now he puts his hands
nice
down.
Body shot there by Menden McKeehan.
Yes, it was. Good
He
straight.
taps the midsection afterwards, saying,
Good kick. Allan needs to keep that leg kick throwing because McKeehan is doing nothing to check it or to do any type of counter from it as well.
So we're halfway through the round, so I'm anxious to see, Allan Stewart, if he is looking to take it to the ground or at least approach a takedown to see if he can, definitely definitively take this round, and that's something we've seen from Allan Stewart. He'll stand for a while, and then when it's time, he gets it to the ground and he does business there.
really no signs of that as of yet, right?
No. But you see Allan, he does a great job when he's coming forward. When he's backing up, he's got that chin in the air, and that's like I keep saying that. I hate to foreshadow anything because Allan's a great fighter, but he's got to quit backing up with that chin up in the air. It's going to be detrimental to him here shortly.
Stewart at least gets those hands back up. A couple feints as well. Both fighters have stuck the jab some. We're down to about 1:30 left to go in this first of 3 5-minute rounds in this all-pro card here. Valor Fights 23.
Good little hook there from Allan. Allan's throwing that little slap hook as he's backing up. You see he threw it again.
But Menden continues to press forward. Props to him for it.
Means a lot right there.
If you've got the chin and you can keep doing it, that's where it's going to be at.
Menden has excellent head movement. If you saw the slips and the quick head movement he has, it's beautiful.
Menden representing the military with the Army logo on the trunks. He's in the black and Stewart in the red.
See, both of them kind of leaning back there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the same thing about Menden a little bit, too. You've got to really watch that. That was a big shot.
Big right.
But Menden's still in his face.
Yeah, that chin showing off by McKeehan.
A little trickle of blood off of the right eye of Menden McKeehan. Undaunted.
Allan really looking for that right uppercut. I mean, he's really searching for that thing. He's loaded up a few times, threw it a few times. Good Superman punch there from Allan.
Fake with the knee.
And here it goes. I mentioned it before. Are we going to get the takedown? Obviously, if we score the takedown, Allan Stewart definitively takes this round.
Yeah,
I
most
believe.
definitely.
And you see that cut over the right eye of McKeehan.
Ooh. Yeah, I think Eric Turner over there in Allan's corner was calling for the takedown right there to help seal the round, which, both these guys, I mean, both of them landed punches, so you don't know how we're going to score this. Good leg kick from Allan again.
And it's been that left hook that has damaged Menden McKeehan. You can see it's looking a little gnarly up there over the right eye.
And that's the end of round number 1. All stand up in that first round. Casey, how would you score it?
Well, obviously I'm going to give it to Stewart in that round. I think he controlled a little bit better. Props to Menden. I don't think it was by a tremendous margin, but definitely Allan Stewart controlled the round.
Prime time?
Casey said it perfectly. He done just enough to win. I mean, there was both of them landed some good punches. Allan landed more kicks, which I liked a little bit better, and had a little bit of brief cage control there, which led me to want to score around there for Allan.
Menden McKeehan in the red corner, presented by Hogs Upstairs Tavern, and Allan Stewart in the blue corner, presented by Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. 9 pro bouts here tonight at Valor Fights 23. In case let's take a look at some of the exchanges on replay.
There we go. That was the big left hook. That was the telling tale of the round. Eventually you saw a big cut open up over the right eye of Menden McKeehan. It is the left hook of Allan Stewart that he needs to watch moving into the second round.
And Stewart did have some, Primetime did have some good head movement to get out of the way of some of those shots from McKeehan.
Yeah, I agree 100%. His head movement really impressed me because Allan was throwing some good punches there. Some good quick punches too. Good little body shot there to start the round from Allan.
Round 2 underway. McKeehan in the black, Stewart in the red. 3 5-minute rounds.
Very little grappling taking place here. A slight clinch there, last 30 seconds of round 1, but for the most part, they're entertaining the fans here with the striking.
I see Allan throwing that little side kick there. He's trying to throw it to the face, which I don't believe would do much damage to his opponent. If he threw that, turned it sideways, faked that outside kick, and turned it right out to the midsection, I think it would be a lot better kick for him.
Is that slow developing though? Would that put him under in a tough position if he's not able to land it?
Yeah, I mean it has. He's kind of got his back turned to him and stuff like that.
Big overhand right there by Allan Stewart, followed up by Menden McKeehan with a beautiful knee.
Yeah. Good kick. I love those kicks right there from Allan. He's work them. Look at how the red the outside of the leg is right there on Menden right there.
Yep. McKeehan's corner did do a great job.
Whoa, beautiful right hook by Menden McKeehan and counter for that right leg kick.
And then Allan flexes on him. He said, "Nuh-uh."
These two.
That's a big
shot.
McKeehan. This
right
could be
here.
it.
It's
This
over.
could be it.
It's
Got
over.
his back and it's over.
Wow, he said he's sleeping.
Allan Stewart goes to 3-0 with the win over Menden McKeehan.
He flexed on him and then knocked him out with an overhand right. It's right above the ear. Right above the ear.
That was a sick knockout right there. We thought that Menden McKeehan was landing. All of a sudden, here comes Allan Stewart. It's like he hooked up.
Wow.
That's confidence to flex and then deliver.
We're about to see the replay right here. Flexed on him right here. And the first punch he throws. Oh, he threw a jab and right over top of the ear. Wow. Just a glancing blow right there on the button. there's so much soft tissue right there above the ear. You know, it's not hard like the rest of the head. You know, the front of the head, the forehead, even the back of the head, and the top of the head is very soft, very, very hard. But right above that ear right there is that little soft spot that really turns the lights off for people. As you see it, this happened right there to Menden.
And Menden had shown such a good chin, but then you take a shot in that spot, it's a totally different story.
Menden's up now too, and it's always good to see see the fighter get up and everybody's okay. And of course now they're showing the good sportsmanship. Huge hematoma over the eye, big cut over the eye too.
Wow!
Under the eye.
Look at Menden McKeehan showing the effects, and then you can see the bleeding there around the ear.
He took some hard shots there from ground and pound after Allan had the brief knockdown there. He was pretty much out. Those punches wasn't needed really, but you've got to. It's the referee's job to stop these fights. You know, it's not anybody else's.
All right, for our announcement, our official decision, let's go to the cage. And Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jimmy Dealey has called a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 15 seconds in the second round. Your winner by TKO out of the blue corner, Allan Stewart.
All right, I'm here with your winner, Allan Stewart. Man, I'll tell you what a beautiful KO to finish off this fight. I'll tell you what, Menden McKeehan, this is a guy that's been around for a lot of years. You are from the same city, and but he's been out of the game for the last 4 years. How do you prepare for a guy you really have no footage on?
Eric Turner. He puts the game plan together, and we go to work. That's how we do it. I mean, footage is footage. That's his job. My job is to get in the cage and perform.
You know, it looked like starting out that you were very content on the feet towards the end of round one. We heard it from Eric Turner. He said to try to get it to the ground, possibly to close out the round. Was it your decision to keep it on the feet and possibly bring it to a KO finish like we had?
If you watch all my fights, I don't get to stand on my feet very much. So I'm a grappler, right? I can hit too. I'm tough. I can take a hit. I enjoy standing.
So you've advanced now to a 3-0 professional record. You got to be looking at big things here. What is next?
I got to get my hat off to Eric Turner. What he says goes. He's the mastermind. He's got the plan. I'm just a student ready to follow his footsteps. You know, he's got 1 or 2 guys to the UFC, soon to be more. That's the goal. He's going to get me there.
Well, there you have it. Everybody give it up. Oh.
First and foremost, though, I want to give our praise and glory to the Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, we're nothing, but with him, everything is possible. My brother's birthday was June 1st. Happy birthday, Dougie. My sister's birthday is the 9th. She come out here to support us. Happy birthday, Connie. I love you guys. Thank y'all for all the support. Go KMA.
There you go. Give it up for your winner, Allan Stewart.